This week, inside Abia. Abia State government extends operational time for tricycle operation in Abia and Umuahia to 9 p.m. Augustine Ehiemere faction of Abia APGA suspends Dr Alex Otti, Abia State APGA governorship candidate in 2015 and 2019. Abia State government gives monarch 7-day ultimatum over RUGA land rumour. Abia State Commissioner for Information explains the reason behind the delay by Governor Okezie Ikpeazu to fully constitute his cabinet almost 2 months after his inauguration. This is Inside Abia on Flow FM TV. My name is Michael Oni.
This week, Inside Abia.
The governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu, has approved the extension of the hours of operation of tricycle operators, also known as Keke, in Abia and Umuahia. The governor, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Unyebuchi, directed the commissioner of police, Abia State, and heads of other security agencies in the state to remain vigilant and intensify their patrols with the view to nipping in the bud any criminal activity that may emanate from this extension. He advised tricycle operators under the aegis of the Abia State Amalgamated Tricycle Operators Association to reciprocate and checkmate the use of their tricycles for criminal activities. Abia State government is warning tricycle operators to rid their union of criminals and maintain a functional database of their members henceforth. The chief press secretary to the governor, Unyebuchi, who gave this charge in an interview with Flow FM News, reckoned that the security agencies were duly consulted before the extension of restriction hours to 9 p.m.
They should see this action of the governor from a proper perspective. They should see it as a direct challenge to them to rid the association of criminals. If government notices a return of crimes using Keke, action will be taken. We believe as a government that it's a handful of criminals that have infiltrated the Keke unions. People who operate Keke are decent family men, but a few criminals will enter the business and use it to rob people and give the union a bad name.
Meanwhile, Abia State Police Public Relations Officer Geoffrey Ogbonna also confirmed that police officers have been properly communicated on the new order.
We have gotten a note of that, and I believe most of our people listen to radio, but there is also a medium of our own internal communication, which we are using to communicate to all the officers, for them to be properly notified that His Excellency has extended the Keke time operation in the state. So every police officer should heed to the order made by the executive governor of the state, which is final.
And still in the transport sector, the Ministry of Transport is warning a group of purported tricycle operators allegedly planning to remove itself from the Abia State Amalgamated Tricycle Operators Association (ASATUA), an umbrella recognized by the state government to checkmate the criminal activities of hoodlums who disguise as tricycle operators to commit crime in the society. A statement by the ministry's public relations officer, Tina Ikwegbu, warned the group to either operate alongside NURTW, RTIN, and corporate motor unions from which tricycle associations were formed and emerged, or to go to another state to operate. The statement said the group's disobedience to be part of ASATUA amounts to disloyalty to the Abia State government and sabotages government's efforts to ensure security of lives and property of the citizens. Away from the transport sector, the government says it is poised to address the filthy environment within the state capital, Umuahia and Abia, to ensure good health of Abians. Speaking to Flow FM News, the chief press secretary to the governor, Unyebuchi, said the governor is taking a total review of the situation towards ensuring it is properly addressed.
Well, it's part of the challenges of urbanization, and the government is also working hard to take care of this. And this includes part of the strategy, reviewing the makeup of the team that is in charge this year. So the governor is reviewing, taking a holistic review of the situation.
This week, Inside Abia.
And now moving on to party politics, it looks like all is not well with the All Progressive Grand Alliance in Abia State. This is as Nkem Okoro faction of the All Progressive Grand Alliance has dismissed the report credited to Augustine Ehiemere faction of the party that Dr Alex Otti, the party's Abia State governorship candidate in the 2015 and 2019 election, has been suspended. The Okoro faction, in a statement by its publicity secretary, Ebere Uzokwa, dismissed the suspension as baseless, saying it came from from some imposters masquerading as APGA members in the state.
The duo of Augustine Ehiemere and the Sunday Onukubiri do not belong to the executive of our great party at any level in the state. Hence, they lack powers and authority to suspend Dr Alex Otti and any other member of our great party. Ehiemere, Onukubiri, and a few dissidents from our party regrouped shortly after the 2019 general elections and shamelessly aligned with the People's Democratic Party to frustrate Dr. Alex Otti's petition at the Abia State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Umuahia.
However, the Augustine Ehiemere-led State Working Committee, through their Deputy Public Secretary, Simon Onyeji, insisted that the action followed due process.
The State Working Committee of our great party deliberated on the report of the committee set up by the SWC of the party in Abia State, that is hereby ratify the expulsion of Mr. Nkem Okoro on the 15th of June 2019 from the party by his Ward 2, RUGA, Abia State.
Abia State Commissioner for Information, John Okiyi Kalu, has been speaking on the delay by the governor to fully constitute his cabinet almost 2 months after his inauguration. Speaking with Flow FM News, Okiyi Kalu revealed that the cabinet will constitute largely of technocrats and young persons.
We are aware that Abians are expectant with regards to the commissioners list. In due course, they will be announced. What the governor would want to do at this time is to ensure that he looks through everything and everybody to ensure that once more he appoints an excellent team. The governor's teams, they are not a team you can fault easily. They usually will be made up of politicians and technocrats, but this time around you should expect to see a little more emphasis on youth, young people.
The Abia State government has given a monarch 7-day ultimatum over RUGA land rumour. The Abia State government also says it will scrutinize any request for land above 5 hectares from the federal government, no matter the purpose specified, and gave a traditional ruler 7 days to apologize over a RUGA land rumour or face legal action. The Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice in the state, Uche Hihediwa, dispelled the alleged claims by the traditional ruler of Umuahia community, Eze Professor Owala, that the proposed trailer park at Arungwa in Osisioma local government area was for RUGA settlement. The commissioner made these clarifications while addressing the press following what he described as unfounded allegations that Abia State government had given out the proposed trailer park land for RUGA settlement in the state.
Federal Ministry of Works, Transport and Housing requested for land to establish trailer parks in the course of reconstruction of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway. This request came 2014. And about that, this project was going on in all parts of the country where there are commercial activity. If you go to Lagos today, you see the menace of trailers. So that was the idea, that around any town there should be a trailer park.
He explained that Abia State government does not subscribe to the RUGA program under any guise.
I challenged him to please produce the letter of allocation issued to Federal Ministry of Transport for even the trailer park. There is none. It will be contrary to what the government of the entire Southeast stands for, to allow anything that is in the nature of RUGA, because the governor has been emphatic, and I do hope that he will apologize to Abia State government in 7 days. Otherwise, we will meet him in court.
And in the agriculture sector, the flagging off of the 2019 farming season was done in Abia State, where the governor said agriculture remains major pillar that could solve the problems of unemployed and industrialization bedeviling the Nigeria economy. Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, who was speaking during the flagging off of the 2019 farming season, organized by the Bank of Agriculture in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and Abia State government, said any state that is serious about sustainable growth must find a way to mainstream agriculture. He stressed the need for agriculture to be taken by all as a pillar of economic development and not as a part-time business.
There is hardly any crop that will not do well in our soil. And I want to seize this opportunity to invite the youth of today to look the way of agriculture as a major vocation, leveraging the impetus that Bank of Agriculture is given by providing financing, heavily supported by the central bank.
And now to the Abia State House of Assembly, where the ad hoc committee set up by the Assembly to investigate the financial activities of Abia State Polytechnic Aba says it will go all out to unravel the challenges the institution is facing in payment of salaries. Chairman of the committee, Jerry Uzosike, who gave this assurance while addressing newsmen in Aba, said the committee would prefer lasting solutions to numerous challenges facing the institution.
While we wait for the report to come out, we encourage the governor, who is very much interested in the success of this school. Please come to the aid to to send in some subvention to support. While we now look at all the revenue issues that have come up, and then our recommendations will, through the House of Assembly, through the Speaker, go to the governor. But I'm saying that we need an immediate intervention, financial intervention in the area of salary, so that the workers will survive pending when the report comes out.
During the technical session, some of the students said the institution levied them so much amongst other issues.
For me, as a student, I think some of the payments we are making are scaring students. And in an institution, when lecturers are being told, there is always a way out. And that way out tells us. So I believe that alone, but I've been trained by my parents. And some of the payments, little payment that on a normal ground, the staff is being told to help their family. So this discourages the students.
Abia State government has been urged to, as a matter of urgency, comply with its own part of agreement to enable the construction of the proposed inland container depot in Intiha, Isialangwa North local government area of the state, reacting to a matter of urgent public importance raised by Honorable Jinja Onwusibe during plenary. The Speaker, Chinedum Oji, urged the state government to liaise with the Federal Ministry of Transport to ensure takeoff of the project.
That we resolve to apply persuasive action from the House of Assembly to ask our state government to do the needful. If there are conditions and understanding that have not been met with respect to the actualization of this project, we will ask government to do whatever that it is necessary to do to ensure that this project is delivered.
Also, during plenary, the House constituted 25 different committees to carry out oversight functions of the House. And finally, in the Abia State House of Assembly, in its recent sittings, the House called on the relevant security agencies to beef up security in some parts of the state areas to protect Abians following the skirmishes between the people of Umuahia and their immediate neighbors from Ebonyi State and the people of Isu clan in Arochukwu local government area, as well as their immediate neighbors from Cross River State, which has led to loss of lives. While ruling on the matter of urgent public importance, the Speaker, Chinedum Oji, expressed regrets over the deaths which the crisis in both communities had caused and called on the relevant security agencies to restore law and order to the affected communities and ensure the prevention of such crises in the future. And finally, a former House of Representatives candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2019 National Assembly election, Ikechukwu Apugo, is lamenting the poor state of infrastructure in Abia State. Speaking to Flow FM News, Apugo opined that the state ought to have gone beyond what it is today in the area of development, but blamed the lack of foresight of leaders as the bane of the state.
But I'm sure in some years coming, all of us will regret what is happening. If you go to other states, you will see development. Umuahia doesn't look like a capital. It looks like one glorified local government. It doesn't look like a capital. Look at Ishigate. Now they have abandoned Urban Market. They have come back to Ishigate. It's an eyesore. That place is supposed to be beautified. Even we are supposed to have overhead bridge, flyovers. People coming from outside will fly, go to Sean Hill and go outside the state, not passing under. It's a big problem.
He therefore called on the people of the state to always hold their leaders to account, as the mandate given to them was meant to develop the state. And that's it this week inside Abia. It is a production of Flow FM TV. On behalf of the crew, my name is Michael Oni. Don't forget to keep a date with another edition of the program on Flow FM TV on YouTube. Subscribe and also click on the notification button to be a part of this program next week.
This week inside Abia. Join us every week on This Week Inside Abia as we keep you abreast of the happenings from the 17 local government areas of Abia State. This week inside Abia. Inside on Flow FM's YouTube channel, giving you exclusives on politics, business, economy, social issues, and many more as it concerns the God's own state. This week, Inside Abia. Subscribe to Flow FM TV on YouTube to join this program weekly. This week, Inside Abia. This is God's own state.